About 500 old buildings here in Singapore may soon be required to install fire safety upgrades. Now, it comes as proposed changes to the Fire Safety Act were tabled in Parliament today.
And the bill will also make it an offence for anyone to supply or install non-compliant fire safety products. So under current law, only building owners can be prosecuted under this offence. Ahmad Khan has more.
This blaze on Toh Guan Road 2 years ago claimed the life of a woman. Investigations later found that the industrial building and over 40 others were using external cladding that did not comply with safety standards in the fire code. This company supplied the cladding to the building. It was charged with cheating last September. If the proposed changes are passed, the Singapore Civil Defence Force, or SCDF, will be able to take action against any party in the supply chain under the Fire Safety Act. And that includes suppliers and contractors, not just building owners.
At the end of the day, I mean, whether or not the Act is in place, I think everybody has a duty to make sure that whatever they supply or whatever they do is in compliance with it. That doesn't mean that with the Act, the compliance is more stringent. So in that context, I don't think it should have a much implication on cost.
Also, as part of efforts to enhance fire safety of buildings, 500 old buildings may have to upgrade their fire safety measures. International Plaza is one of those identified. It's more than 40 years old and is compliant with the fire code from the 70s. SCDF stresses that it doesn't mean the building is unsafe, but it has to keep up with latest measures. In this case, it needs to provide exit staircases that lead to external areas to make it safer for evacuees. Similarly, this nursing home is compliant with the fire code from the 80s, but it does not have the fire compartmentation to facilitate horizontal evacuation. SCDF says it is open to alternative solutions and time extensions for building owners to meet requirements.
Perhaps one way we can look at it is to go for the low-hanging fruits, whereby there could be certain critical elements such as the fire alarm system. You could actually upgrade it so that you have automatic smoke detectors, heat detectors in places which originally did not have, and also to have the visual devices such as the strobe light so that at least those who cannot hear can actually see. So these things are of minimum cost investments.
SCDF is looking into ways to optimize resources so that officers can focus on other vital areas. One proposal is to outsource routine inspections and enforcement. Examples of these authorized third parties include auxiliary police and retired SCDF and police officers. A changing landscape has been cited as one of the reasons for the proposed changes. They include an increasingly complex and dense built environment and the usage of new building materials. The last major review of the Fire Safety Act came in 2013.